This is Mr. Swihart, and today we will be practicing our basic algebra skills. For an example, you're given the equation 2 times the quantity, 30 plus 5m plus 6 equals 20m plus 26 minus 5m. To begin this example, we need to distribute 2 through the quantities. So 2 times 30 is 60 plus 2 times 5m, which would be 10m, plus 6 equals, and then on the right hand side of the equation we can combine like terms, which 20m and negative 5m are like terms. 20 minus 5 is 15m, and bring down our positive 26. Now, on the left hand side, we need to combine like terms, which 60 and positive 6 are like terms, with 10m being the odd man out. So we're going to bring down our 10m and combine our 60 and our 6, which gives us a positive 66 equals 15m plus 26. Now we need to get all of our terms with variables on the same side. So I'm going to subtract this 10m from both sides of the equation. These cancel, leaving us with 66 equals 5m plus 26. Now that we have all of our terms with variables on the same side of the equation, we are going to get all the terms without variables on the other side. So we're going to subtract 26 and subtract 26. Those cancel, leaving us with 40 equals 5m. Finally, to solve for m, we divide both sides of the equation by the coefficient, which is 5, divided by 5. 5's cancel, and finally I have m equals 8. Now that you've seen the example, take a minute to work out the 4 problems on the practice sheet. Go ahead and pause the video and restart it when you're ready. Okay. On this practice sheet, you were given some options, some practice problems. Now, I'm going to go through and I'm going to work these problems out just like I did with the first example. Number 1, you're asked to find if 6x plus 6 equals 36 plus 3x, then what is the value of x? I rewrote the problem, and then I subtracted 3x from each side. These 3x cancel, giving me 3x plus 6 equals 36. Now that I have all the terms with variables on one side. I subtracted 6 from each side. These cancel, giving me 3x equals 30. Now to get x by itself, I divide each side by 3, giving me x equals 10, or C. Now in the second example, you were given 3 times the quantity of x plus 4 plus 2x equals 2 times the quantity x minus 2 minus 4. I distributed through each quantity. And then once I distribute it, you have to combine like terms. Giving me 5x plus 12 equals 2x minus 8. Then I have to get all of the terms with variables on the left side, I subtract 2x from each side of the equation, giving me 3x plus 12 equals negative 8. Now I need to get all of my terms without variables on the right hand side. So I subtract 12 from each side of the equation, giving me 3x equals negative 20. And finally I have to divide by 3 from each side of the equation, giving me x equals negative 20/3, or G. All right. In number 3, we are given an equation where h equals height and F equals force in newtons. And we're asked what the force would be using this equation if the height is 16 hundredths, or 0.16. So I rewrote the equation, substituting in 0.16 for h, and solve for F. So we have to start by subtracting 2 100ths, or adding 2 100ths to each side of the equation, giving us 0.18 equals 3/5 F. Now, to divide both sides of the equation by 3/5, I'm actually going to multiply by the inverse of 3/5, which is 5/3. These cancel, multiply by 5/3, gives us 0.13, or 3/10 equals F. So C. In our final example, we're asked whether x minus 2 is less than x minus 4. And if we don't see it right off, you can set up your equation. X minus 2 equals, or is less than x minus 4. Subtract x from both sides of the equation, or inequality, giving us negative 2 is less than negative 4. Well, since hopefully you're familiar with a number line, -2 is never less than -4. The answer would be an empty set. It doesn't happen. If you have any questions about these, please see myself during advisory or one of the other math teachers. Good luck.